Yeah, recording. To go over topics or just talk or anything that's going on that we feel like we need to, I guess, touch on. And first and foremost, thanks for everyone getting on. We are in a brand new month, which is exciting. And at the same time, it's October. And with October brings sometimes a little bit of, what's the word? Jen, do you want to chime in? What's the word? Challenge. Okay, so we're in October, and I remember my first October as a coach, I was like, what is going on? Why don't people want to work out? Why don't people want to join me? What is going on? Well, let's just face it, people are getting ready for Halloween, they're tailgating, they're feeding their pie holes with, tailgate stuff, and it's normal, it's natural. So if you do have a challenging month, it's normal, but we're going to go over some stuff tonight to where you're going to push forward regardless, and you're going to have a kick butt month. Anyway, before we go into the meat of the call, I'm going to go over a few things. First and foremost, I've been recognizing the top volume producers the week because I feel it's important to recognize you guys who are not necessarily always hitting Success Club, but you're bringing in volume, which means you're helping people get on with different programs or different products, and that should be recognized. So I know Terry had said she was going to be late getting on the call, so I hate that I'm recognizing her, but hopefully she'll listen to the recording. Terry Budd is, she started as a discount coach, and she has seen what the program has done for herself, and so she's paying it forward like gangbusters. So she's our top volume producer for the week at 331 volume points. And Nicole, I love you to death, and I feel like I'm always trying to pronounce your last name. And I had to message her today, and I'm like, how do you pronounce your last name? Now I can't even do it. Zielinski. Thank you. I think the Z throws me off for some reason. I don't know why Z throws me off. But anyway, she, number one, is having a kick butt social presence right now on social media. I think it's wonderful. I know that you've had really great results recently. You've been really consistent with your workouts and your meals and stuff like that, and it's paying off. You are number 2 at 270 volume for the week. So awesome job. And then Debbie, I think she may listen to recordings, I'm not sure. She is at 175, which is awesome. And you guys, I know we are at October 4, and that means that now is a time to think about Success Club. I know we have new coaches on. All this means Success Club is that you're helping 3 people each month getting on a challenge pack, whether it means signing them up as a coach or a challenger. And the reason why a challenge pack is important is because you are helping them with fitness, nutrition, support, and accountability. And that's what we have the whole solution. So that's the whole point of Success Club. You get rewarded in so many different ways. You may have seen the post that I posted, was it yesterday? If you're consistent with that, your business grows naturally, and you're helping a ton of people along the way. So definitely make that your benchmark each month if you can, and you will be rewarded greatly for that, I promise you. So that being said, the Core de Force, which is going to be awesome for you guys who actually did the sneak peek yesterday. If you loved it, I'm sure you did. It's going to be, another sneak peek is going to start the 24th, I think, so you can try it again. Hey, Terry, I just announced you as the top producer volume points for the week. Again. At 331, so awesome job. So I'm glad you got on. I just wanted to let you know. Good job. So Core de Force, actually, I believe the challenge packs are going to be available on the 31st. So it gives you an opportunity to actually share that at the end of the month. If you're, for some reason, lacking in Success Club points, that's going to be a great opportunity for you to, promote it and say, this is the day you need to get it on the 31st, as well as start your month in November off on a great start. So keep that in mind. We have our 3-day refresh challenge group as a team starting on the 10th. That being said, just because people haven't signed up for it yet, use the opportunity to keep promoting it throughout the month, because we can keep the group open and keep adding people as people decide to join us on the 3-day refresh. It doesn't have to be they signed up today and they're going to start with us on the 10th. They can start on the 20th. It doesn't matter. The whole point of the 3-day refresh, which is awesome, is that people aren't wanting, and this is awful to say, but they're not wanting to stick to something that's long-term right now because of the holidays and Halloween and all that stuff. So we can offer the 3-day refresh for people who just need a boost and losing a few pounds and then maintaining it through, the holidays. So keep inviting to that. It's going to be a team effort. So we'll have this group open all month. And I have the event posted, and I haven't invited too many people, but we do have a few people on the team doing it, as well as some customers. So that is awesome. And okay, so this light is so bright, but I feel like you can't see me if it's, can you see me if it's off? Yeah, okay. It's just so bright when it's on. So I'm going to go over, all right, so you may have seen that I started a new personal development today. And the reason I did, for several reasons, is that a lot of the, I'm in a group called The Wall, which is 5-star and above, and they share, what's working for them. We all kind of share different stuff, and they're all rating over this Audible, or you can get the book, which is the 12-week year. And the whole premise of it is to get more done in 12 weeks than you do in 12 months. All right, so if anybody wants to do it with me, I feel like it's going to be great, because we have 12 weeks left of the month or the year. So it's kind of goes hand in hand. So I'm going to create a thread, like a Facebook messenger thread, versus creating a new group. We're all in a bazillion groups. And that way we can kind of bounce ideas off each other via messenger versus a group. If you want to do that with me, I would love that. If not, no worries. There's so much personal development out there. If you're struggling with something else and you want to do that, that's awesome. But I figured if we're trying to reach certain goals by the end of the year, this is a great opportunity for us to do this personal development. So why October? Why push now? Okay, so what you plant now as far as seeds go is going to pay off in the end of the year, or when the big boom starts. So we all know that January is when, I'm going to mute those who aren't muted, just because there's background noise. So we all know, and if you're a new coach, you may not know, but you kind of know that New Year is always when people are ready to get on their fitness journey. It's the New Year's resolution. About 80% of the population is like, okay, I'm ready to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to do it the new year, right? So here's the thing. We can't wait until the new year to start inviting people, because people in the back of their mind are making decisions now through like December, what they're actually going to do when the new year starts. So you can't start putting yourself out there, and you can't start inviting, you can't start sharing, our fitness and nutrition and all that with people when it's too late. I mean, not saying it's too late in January, but if you're not inviting people to challenges now, if you're not sharing yourself now, if you're not sharing the opportunity now, if you're not sharing and inviting now, you're doing yourself an injustice. You're doing your friends, family, and your social media an injustice, because the likelihood is they're going to join a gym and they're not going to go. They're not going to get results. They're going to think they're going to buy some kind of magic pill that's not going to work, and it's going to damage their body. So the whole point is being vulnerable. And I know it's hard to put yourself out there, especially as a new coach, or, even a veteran coach. Sometimes it's hard to continually be consistent with sharing and inviting and putting yourself out there. But if now's the time, even when you feel like there's crickets and people aren't responding to you, or people aren't, maybe you're messaging someone and at one point in time they wanted to be a part of your challenge group and they never responded at one point, it's okay. Follow up. Just keep the relationship going, talk to them, find out what they need, Now's not the time to put your foot on the brake. Now's the time to put your foot on the accelerator and go, like I said, gangbusters. Because now you're planting seeds that are going to harvest in January and in February and in next year. So when people are looking for a solution, they're going to look for someone. And you want to be the person that they're looking for, right? There's other people in this loud social media world that are posting wraps and pills and, pink drinks and all this different stuff that I don't know. I don't know those products. They may or may not work. I know ours does. I know ours is a solution with fitness and proper nutrition and accountability and you as a coach. So now's the time that you are the go-to person so that when they're ready, whether it's after Thanksgiving when they've had an entire turkey and a whole pot of dressing and they're like, I've got to do something now. They're like, I know who I need to go to. I need to go to that person who's constantly motivating me on Facebook or whatever your platform is. That person who continues to invite me and that's driving me crazy because I know I need to do something, right? So you need to be the person, the go-to person on your social media. And you need to be the, motivator and the inspiration and the person that is not necessarily putting stock pictures out there all the time, but putting yourself out there in a vulnerable way that you're human too, but you want to share what you have with this opportunity, with the fitness, with the nutrition, and you want to help. So being that person, the go-to person when it's time for them and when they're ready, because they're not always going to be ready. They may not be ready in October. They may not be ready in November. It may be February before they're ready. But the whole point is this month is going to be sometimes challenging, but knowing that what you're doing now is going to pay off in months from now. And okay, so that being said, I challenge you to invite more than you normally do. If you invite people one person a day or whatever, I want you to do more, I want you to challenge yourself to do more. If you do a certain amount of personal development, I want you to do more because it's going to be difficult. If you, whatever you do more because you may not have as many challengers to keep up with or whatever. Do more this month so it's going to pay off in the long run. And it's going to feel good because you're doing more. You're actually helping more. So let's see. I took some notes so I didn't miss anything. Again, people are deciding, and it's funny because they're thinking about now. Okay, when the new year comes around, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to go to the gym. People may even like pre-buy their gym membership and say, I'm going to go once the new year starts. Well, you don't want them to it's funny because some people do the gym and they do really well, but the majority of people who go to the gym don't go because they have to get in the car, drive to the gym, put their gym clothes on, work out, get distracted by other people, hope people won't judge them, sweat in front of people, and then drive home. And then there's like 2 or 3 hours down the drain when we know we have like 30 minutes that we pop in our DVD or push on demand and we're done. So, put that kind of thing out there. And this is what I'm doing. I didn't have to go to the gym today. It was really cool because nobody had to watch me jiggle while I was jumping up and down. Like sharing your experience with what you're doing on a daily basis. Most of us do this anyway, but I'm just kind of throwing ideas out there. And I had something so as we know, what you do now usually is what happened, like what the effort you put in now usually pays off a month or two. So we're kind of like, what's the word I'm trying to look for? I'm sorry. We're behind. So whatever you're doing now, not necessarily is going to happen now. So this business is kind of like a month or two behind. So whatever you do now is going to pay off a month or two after. So does that make sense? Okay. So the seeds you're planting now are necessarily going to you're not going to necessarily talk to somebody today and go, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? It's going to be awesome. We're all going to get fit and healthy. And they're going to go, yeah, where do I sign up? Probably not. Let's be real. Most people aren't just going to go, okay, Simon, give me the link. What's your challenge? Normally it's, talking to someone for a while before they actually trust you and trust the process and then decide to, join your challenge group or join the coaching opportunity. So, what you're doing now is going to pay off as we go. So use this month to start your end of the year and new year. And when we have Core de Force, thankfully, it's going to start at the end of this month, and November should be huge. People love martial arts. People love Les Mills, which was combat, which Jericho and why am I having a brain freeze? Jericho and oh my gosh.
Joe.
That's really embarrassing when I'm going to see them in a week and a half and I'm going to be like, your name is, yeah, that's not cool. So people know them. They're a household name for people who have done their videos or their workouts in the gym. So get that out there if you can on the 24th when the sneak peek comes back out. Again, try to video yourself. I know that's hard to put yourself out there. And I got to shout out to Karen because I just do. Because when she first started coaching, she didn't even want to do a selfie, right? She did a video, right? You've been doing videos. You've been like putting your, they're going to Philly in November. That's awesome. So cool. You're going to love that. So I just had to shout you out because I know sometimes when you first start coaching and you're putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, I know when you first started, you're like, I don't want to do a selfie. And you did. And I don't think you were even smiling. And Billy was like, why don't you smile? And you're like, okay, next time I'll do better. But you've like grown over time with your social media presence. And it's so positive and motivating. And so just know if you are starting out, I mean, here she is doing videos, Core de Force. And anyway, that's really cool. So I just had to shout her out on that. But let's see. What else? Okay, so that being said, so once you have built up all of, these people who are watching you and they're ready come the end of December, or, my challenge is to start inviting people to, like, once it becomes like December or whatever, I'm going to have a New Year's challenge, start inviting people to that in December and say, I know you're probably not ready now because the holidays are coming up, but go ahead and get you signed up with the tools and all of that stuff so that once the new year comes, you'll have everything that you have or need to get started. So what happens is once you do get people in your challenge group and you keep them accountable, they're going to get results. We know that. Or, we have a proven system. So from there, your 2017 is already starting to set up because you have awesome challengers who are getting results, who are falling in love with the process, who are falling in love with, everything with the workouts and the nutrition, and they're walking around and people are asking what they're doing, and they become natural coaches, right? So you're setting yourself up for a amazing 2017 because you have people who are getting results who are going to probably progress into coaches. So starting now, all of that is like a trickle-down effect. So why to do the 12-week into the, or this PD? I already taken notes about, this PD. And what's missing in a lot of us, and I'm guilty as well, is we do a lot of personal development. We do a lot of reading. We do a lot of, what we need to do. And what we lack is actual execution and what we learn. So this PD is actually going to kind of hold you accountable to, yes, I know I need to do this. And it's going to say, well, you need to do it, so it's time to execute it. So which I think is really cool because, we learn all this stuff. We know what we need to do, but then we don't do it. I mean, I know I'm guilty of it. I think we're all guilty of it. We know, like, every day we need to be inviting people to our challenges. We need to be inviting people to the opportunity. And, a lot of times we don't stay consistent with it. And this 12-week, I keep forgetting the name. That's why I keep looking at my phone. Sorry. 12-week year. It's going to be really cool. So there was a statistic, I can never say that word, but I just did. 65% of Americans are obese or overweight. All right. So if you do a Google search on food, nutrition, losing weight, like 45,000 books come up on how to do that. That means there's a demand for losing weight, right? Or there wouldn't be that many books and literature, and obviously the demand of what we have is freaking insane. I don't think that's a great thing. Here I am like saying it. I don't think it's a wonderful thing that 65% of people are obese, but we have the tools and we have what can help people to overcome that. Obviously, our whole mission statement with Beachbody is to help people to live healthy and fulfilling lives and to overcome the trend of obesity, which is insane. When people say, and I'm getting off on a tangent here in the soapbox, when people say, "Oh, we're so saturated, I don't have anybody to help," please go to a Starbucks or please go to a restaurant, sit down and look around and tell me you don't have anybody to help, because there are millions of people who need what we have. So I want you to have a bulletproof conviction inside of you that when you're inviting people, that you know we have the whole solution. And Ronnie's not on the call, but Ronnie and I were talking via Messenger, and she was saying one of her customers' husband was doing, what was it? Herbalife or something like that. Yet she's coming to Ronnie for help with her nutrition and her fitness and all of that. And so that tells you, I mean, we have everything people need to overcome this, obesity crisis that we have. So know in your gut and your heart that what we have is going to help people if you have the conviction and the desire to get over your fears of inviting over your insecurities, because we all have them, and remove all that and think about the people that you can help. So, yes, this went off on a tangent. All right. It's okay. And so I was listening to this audio, and again, it's not what you know or who you know, it's what you implement that counts. So you can know everything in the world and you can know everyone in the world, but if you don't implement and actually do the things that are going to help people, then it doesn't really do anything. So, gosh, I really am on a tangent. All right, so anyway, the whole point of this call is to know that if you're a veteran coach or you're a new coach, or regardless, October is one of that. Some people are going to be ready and some people aren't. And the whole thing is, don't get discouraged if you are inviting people to join you and they aren't ready. It's not about you. It's not about them turning you down. It's about them not being ready. So that means just keep pushing forward, push harder, invite more people, talk to more people, share this opportunity with more people, and do it unapologetically. Know what we have is going to impact people, and if you know that, and then it's going to get you far. So I'm going to open up. I mean, I seriously was on a tangent, and I hope that some of the tips have helped. They or may not have, but does anybody have anything?
I'm actually going to talk.
Yay!
I never do. But I just wanted to just kind of speak to just losing the momentum and stopping and not, starting, because I've been guilty of just doing that and kind of letting it go. And because work and I'm busy, things happen, and then I fall off, and then just trying to build that back up to get to a point where now you're ready to invite and ready to talk to them about it. It's just very hard. So just keeping that going now and being a month behind, and you said a month or two behind to get it forward. Yeah. So just saying basically overall, just keep with it, because now I'm able to now just start back getting, that conversation with them. And before it's just like, oh my God, I asked them that a month ago. And, I never got back with them. So even though you feel like it's falling off or you're just, reaching out, it does pick up, as you move forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And we had that conversation via Messenger too, is that, once you stop, it's hard to get back into it. But once you start and you don't stop, the momentum is crazy because, like you said, I'm inviting, it's ripping a Band-Aid off. It's like, okay, here I go. I'm putting myself out there. It's hard. I'm going to get probably rejected because people aren't ready, and we take it personally, and we shouldn't. But once you get started and you do start inviting, then it gets easier the more you do it. And it actually gets fun. I know that sounds like crazy, but it gets fun because you're like, I'm sharing something really cool with people, and then the more you're convincing yourself of it, it becomes, it's true, but it's just ripping the Band-Aid off and like just doing it and not talking about it. We like to talk about it. We like to say we're doing it, but you have to just do it, right? And again, like I said, we're all guilty of it. You can't say that every single day you sit down and send out 10 invitations. Really? I don't know if anybody on this call can. I can't, and I preach it. So that's my goal this month is, really and truly just getting over myself, because it's not about me. It's about the people who potentially could say yes to, I look at you guys on this call and how I get emotional sometimes, but so many of you have had such transformations, and it's because somebody reached out to you and you said, okay, let me try. And you did. And you've had health transformations. You've had weight loss transformations. You've had, life transformations. So, for me, it's like, you don't know who that person is going to be the next time, when you invite them, who's going to actually say yes and actually take the plunge and have a life-changing experience because of what we have. So remember that when you're talking to people, and use that momentum every single day. And when you're going in and talking to people, know it's about the person you're talking to versus what it's going to do for you in your business, even though sometimes the end effect is what it's going to do for your business. Because we are business minded, or we would be on this call, right? Because we do want to grow our business. But I think first and foremost, sometimes it's just helping people get results. I was on my mentors call, like I said last week. I've been joining my mentor, and there's about 10 other 6-star and above coaches that get together. We mastermind on Tuesdays, and he was like, what were your wins this past week? What were your wins? And I had to say, you know what? I actually not finally, but I put my focus a lot on the health bet and the people that were in the health bet and helping them. And people had such transformations just in 1 month. Having people losing 12, 16 pounds in 1 month because they stuck with what we have. And I'm like, that's a win. That's the win that I need to be focused on, And naturally, once that happens, they normally want to come to the coaching side because people are noticing a difference. But focusing on that was like, wow, that was the win. It was the win of so many people just having awesome transformations. And so, again, you do want to focus on all aspects of this business of helping people and, joining you with the challenges and then coaching and all that. But I got another tangent. What is going on tonight? Scott, I'm not always this crazy. Well, maybe I am. Y'all could probably vouch.
I don't know if it was in it starts with diamond training, or if it was, I've been listening to so many podcasts, I can't keep track of everything I'm listening to, but somebody compared the, keeping the momentum going with doing a fitness program, and maybe it was a national wake-up call, I don't remember, but they said that if you think about it, like if you follow a fitness program for a month straight, and then you stop for 2 weeks, and then you try to start it over again. It's a lot harder to start it over again. You have to kind of build all of that back up again, the stamina. So I don't know. I really kind of connected with that analogy because it's true. Like, for instance, I killed it in August, and I hit it hard, and then life got in the way the first 2 weeks of September, and I backed off, and I lost all my momentum. And then at the end of the month, I was scrambling, trying to pick up pieces, and I didn't hit Success Club. So, I mean, I think that's a prime example of, losing steam and not, keeping that momentum going. So I learned my lesson, and this month I'm truly trying to hit the ground running. But then I also was listening to, I'm listening to it's an audiobook, Ask Gary Vee, and basically it's a compilation of all of his podcasts and like YouTube shows that he does. And he was really talking a lot the other day about how like October to December is when everybody else slows down. That's when everybody else is taking a break and, slowing things down and not really hitting hard their business. And then in January, they're like, oh crap, like now I'm starting from scratch. Everyone else is, building their business plans and kind of figuring out their goals that they want for the next year. And then come January, you've got your goals all lined up and ready to go, and you can hit the ground running January 1st. Other people, if they're like having to play catch up and start from scratch, and then everyone else is 3-4 weeks ahead of them. So I don't know. I just think it's a really good time of year to not only keep that momentum going, but also start thinking ahead for the next year.
Yes. So if anything, maybe even pretend like this month is January. I don't know. Just pretend it's January. Like everybody wants to do this right now, right? Just psych yourself out and, just invite like it's January. And I mean, there are people, again, who are looking because the summertime was hard because they were on vacation and they weren't doing anything and the kids were home and, all that stuff. And now the kids are off at school and they have time, maybe a little bit more time. I don't know. But traditionally, it's funny because on our call today, they were like, oh, traditionally, October is a little bit more, is better than September. And I'm like, for me, but okay. Let's pretend, seriously, pretend like it's January and just invite like it's January. And I don't know. I think, like Jen said, don't lose momentum because come the end of the year, you're going to be kicking yourself when people have already decided what they're going to do for, their New Year's resolution. Because there's so many other people out there that are going to be putting themselves out there. So you need to be the one that stands out. Another thing that I've started this audio, it says, you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. What you're going to do. What are you going to do? What are you doing? What are you doing? Not what are you going to do? So every moment is important. Every day is important. So up until now, until the end of the year, know that every single day matters. So inviting every single day matters. Reading your personal development, every single day matters. Finding new people to add to your social network, every day matters. Our vital behaviors, every day matters. Just like any other day. I don't know. Anybody else have anything? We have a lot of not faces, so I can't read the faces that aren't sitting there. I can read the faces that are looking at me like I'm crazy.
Sorry.
Yes, talk to me.
I'm having some really good success with a crock pot clean eating challenge that I'm doing. I did one last year in December, and I had a pretty good turnout. I think I had like 35 people in my group. I'm doing it now. I've got over 70 people in this group now, and people keep requesting to be added. So I'm really running a free group. As much as you guys might think like it's not worth it, I mean, I'm building relationships with all these people. if I'm not friends with them, I'm friend requesting them. I'm having conversations with them. A lot of people were very vocal about their goals. I actually, and I probably shouldn't share this, but I will. I will post it in the group. So in our social media training that we did, the big, what's it called? Oh my God.
Jesse Reagan one?
Yeah, the Jesse Reagan social media training. One of the girls posted a whole free challenge group format with all her posts and everything that she did. And basically, I mean, I wouldn't copy and paste because it's in her words, but definitely use it as a guide. And it's awesome. And I use those posts in my free groups now. And it's like they're very engaging. People are really starting to talk a lot and comment on my stuff and telling me their stories. I actually posted my story yesterday. And it encouraged everyone to post theirs. And one of the girls actually did post her story. And she, because I even said, I was like, if you're at your starting point, it's okay, you know. And but she posted like her whole, like where she is with her health and all her changes that she wants to make, and asking me for help. And so now we're talking. I come to find out that she ordered Country Heat off of Amazon. So I added her to my Health Bet Challenge because that one's really active. And now I've been talking to her the whole time we've been on this call too, like asking me help with meal plans. So I'm helping her get started, you know. And I don't know, it's just providing that value through free groups, and not expecting anything in return. I used to use my free groups, and I never, like, I didn't see an immediate return on it, and I would get a little frustrated. But now, as time is going on, I'm realizing, like, stop trying to sell these people because they're probably not in the right place. Like, you need to build those relationships with them, offer that value, send them a friend request, like whatever, like, so they can start seeing you. And over time, they keep those conversations going. I mean, I think these free groups are so valuable. And so many of my people who've been in my free groups have turned into customers or even coaches. So
Yeah,
this is the time of year to do it. The Crock-Pot one's like really popular too.
it's popular because people want quick and easy, so they can put it in work, you know, before they go to work, and then come in the door and have something for the family. Yeah, I remember that one that went viral. That last year, the Crock-Pot had like 1 million people that wanted to go to it. She woke up one day and she's like, "What just happened? My Crock-Pot group went viral," and it was people just people were thought something was sketchy with it, and it ended up being she just didn't. People just saw it, and then people were sharing it like crazy, and like millions of people wanted to go to this Crock-Pot free group. But it's so true. I mean, some coaches really shy away from the free groups. They're either at one stance or the other because they feel like, well, I've put all this time into it and nothing comes out of it. But I'm with you, Jen. I mean, I haven't done one every single month this year. I think I did one every single month last year, but I'm doing it like every other month, and I'm finding the same thing. And I'm kind of guilty of using the same material for each one. I use the ab challenge each time, and so I'm not putting that much work into it because I already have the posts and I just have to put them on Hootsuite. So, but it's still great, you know, it's still great content, and not the same people do it every single month, but it's free. I'm not asking them to do anything. I'm not asking for them to pay for anything. And again, you develop relationships with people just from adding some value. And so Terry got started from the 5-day clean eating group. Yeah. So I think a lot of us, I mean, I got started from Heather's free regular like fitness group. She found me on a like page because I was posting my before and after pictures of P90X. And she's like messaging me, and I'm like, "Who are you? Why are you messaging me?" And she's like, "Join my free group." And I'm like, "You're weird. I don't want to join your free group. I don't want to join a free group." Thankfully I did. But anyway, yeah. So adding value wherever you can, even if it's yes, you did, Melissa. Yeah. So there you go. So just adding, and even like on your Facebook page, adding free value. I mean, like I said last week, just sometimes if you get on a kick of like certain recipes or certain like water intake or something health related. I mean, you don't necessarily want to post something health and fitness related all day long because you still want to be you and post other things about your life. But maybe, you know, I'm on this lower carb kick, not no carbs, but, just using vegetables a lot more versus like pasta and stuff like that. And that's kind of been my nutrition kick recently. And I know that Tammy, is she on tonight? Yes, she is. She was doing a water intake post every single day for a while, and that kind of sort of thing. Still adding value to people, not necessarily beach body all the time, but adding like real true value to where people can kind of catch on to a better healthy lifestyle just by watching your posts. So sharing that as well. You don't have to have a free group. You can share just other stuff that you're doing health and fitness wise. But kind of running over, it's 8:42. Does anybody else have anything? I hope this was valuable. Again, October, I think it's going to be a really, really good month. I really do. Coming off the health bet, helping those people who were on the health bet with you, and if they, weren't, start a new one. Start one. It doesn't have to be a prize of $1.6 million. It's amazing how many people wanted a part of that pot, but it could be something as little as, have a health bet of your own on the challenge tracker app, and have a prize of I'm looking around, I don't know, hip hop abs or something somebody might want, and just have the person who posts the most, or your own criteria, whatever. But having your own health bet this month, it doesn't, or it could be, if you had one last month, extend it. That's what we did for ours. Just extend it. There's no reason why you can't extend it through this month so people can continue on their journey. There's so much momentum from the health bet. Keep it going, Yeah. Terry, same with us. They were like, we don't want it to end. I could get messages. I don't want it to end. Like, why should we have it? We shouldn't have to end it. Just keep it going. People are on a fitness train, and keep it going. So anybody else have anything? Any tips, advice? All right. See, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so I did want to say one more thing. When you're talking to coach prospects, this, again, everything that I just went over on this call is what you can tell people if they're ready, if they're wanting to do the coaching thing. Say, you know what, now is the time you want to get started, because you don't want to wait until January when people have already decided what they want to do. You want to go ahead and get your feet wet. You want to go ahead and learn our programs, our products, our training, so that once, a month or two goes by, you're ready to run. So I know, some of my friends that I've talked to, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to do the coaching thing, but I'm going to wait until New Year's. No, why would you do that? You need to do it now so that you're ready, so that you talk to people prior. So if you are having conversations with people about the coaching opportunity, talk to them about now and why now is important. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's kind of our mission this month, is to get people on board that are in love with what we're doing, so that they're ready, so they're not missing out once the time comes. So, all right. Do we want a picture? Scott has removed himself from the picture. Do you want to end on the picture, Scott? Anybody else? Here faces are showing up. Gosh, I got really excited.
This week.
Ah! I had a little bit. It's gone now. All right, everyone smile pretty. And one more. Did we get everybody? Do we want to do one more? I think, let's see, Tammy, no. Charlene, no? Okay. Well, thank you guys for getting on tonight. I hope there was some value in this. If not, it's still good to see you. Your beautiful faces. And, oh, do we want to take one more? Shailene, since you're on. No, she's gone now. There she is. All right. Let's take one more. Sorry, guys. Okay. All righty. Well, I love you guys and have an amazing rest of the week. And we'll talk more on our team page. Bye.